and gentlemen, welcome to the CSR AdviceBox studio. I'm Marina Stefanova, and together, step by step, we are discovering the various aspects of sustainability in your work. Today, I'm going to discuss with you one very important preliminary step: how to draft your first strategy on sustainability. How to unite all the things that you already do, for which I'm sure, in one piece of paper that is going to give you a direction. Let's start with discussing what is it, what does it require, how long does it take, how much does it cost, and finally, is it worth having a strategy? Take a cup of very strong coffee, sit comfortably, put your headphones on, and let's start. Many owners and managers of businesses are already discovering that being focused on sustainability is as important as focusing and making a strategy on all other various aspects, just like improvement of production or efficiency or innovation and research or talent management. Being able to realize this, I remember a phrase, a very famous one, of the most renowned economist, Peter Drucker, who said, "What gets planned gets done." So we are able to start it now. I will not give you a proper definition of strategy. I know you all know what does it mean. I will also not recommend one model that fits to all, because it does not exist. What we are going to discuss now is a table where you can see several layers and you can decide where are you right now. Let's see what it is. Looking at the table, what I can see is that the very core subject of the company in the down left angle is to run a good business. This is the most important thing. Looking at the community, we see that the responsibilities that one company has is to give something back and to be a good neighbor. This means that you have to provide access to tools and products or bring some disaster relief. Being a good neighbor means that you have to support local communities through employee matching, volunteering, philanthropy, direct programs to impact or reduce waste consumption and emissions if we focus on the environmental part of it. Later on, if you already have grown enough in your strategizing, you can focus on industry where you can be a beacon to others or put the wheel and the balls to transform the industry itself. Be a beacon to others means to innovate and demonstrate restorative business practices or influence the industry indirectly, for example. To transform the industry directly means that you can develop some code of conduct or build strong coalitions and partnerships to effect and enforce some policy making in order to be able to bring a real change. Finally, if you are big enough, and I am sure that some of you are big enough, you can think of how to transform multiple industries. You can take responsibility for full impact, social, environmental, and economic. You can take responsibility for whole industries and global conditions such as climate change, global interdependence, mega data trends, or Industrial Revolution 4.0. You say it. I know it sounds interesting, but another interesting thing we are going to discuss right now is the ability, your opportunity to grow, to develop through the years. I'm sure you are not expecting from yourself to be the best, the most innovative, the most proactive and integrative from the very beginning. You can put it as a global target, but please don't ask it from yourself from the very beginning. It's not possible. Let's see now the table of growing and developing the strategy step by step. What you can see is that there are several stages for your growth, and the first one is called philanthropic, the second one is transactional, and the third one is integrative. They differ from several characteristics like level of engagement, importance to mission, magnitude of resources, scope of activities, interactional level, managerial complexity, and strategic value. These are very important, and what you can see is some example of actions in all three stages of developing of your strategy. I know that some of you are already angry that we were discussing philanthropy in this series, but it is very important to know that everybody starts from somewhere. And if this is your starting point, you should not be scared of it or ashamed. It is something that is a real acting situation. Accept it and just develop it further. My favorite practical question: how does the perfect strategy look like? First, it insists on profitability. I know that for some of you it is quite, scaring that you have to say in your sustainability strategy I have to be focused on profitability. But otherwise, all your activities and all your KPIs would be nothing more than less than losing money or spending money, which are for good causes, for sure, but they do not contribute for your sustainable development. And you know that one of the main pillars is economic performance and economic success. So focus on it and align all the other activities to it. Second, understand your customers. I know that some of you, maybe the manager, the owner, or the employees are really passionate on CSR. But this is the most important stakeholder group, your clients. And you have to know what they care about and how much they care about it. This is part of your stakeholder engagement. Be sure that you make it before finalizing your strategy, so you will be able to start from the very beginning with right expectations, building right communication, and having the proper actions. Here we are coming on one of the most important things. Focus on the material issues. I know that CSR is a huge field with every single important topic to focus on, but you have to find your material topics to deal with, to tackle, to improve, to change. And here you will find more information if you follow our upcoming video on materiality analysis. In addition, CSR can be quite diversified, but you have to focus on your capacity, on your competencies, because here you can give the biggest amount of added value to change the things for good. Use it. Use your institutional capacity and administrative management in order to make a real change. Lastly, the most comprehensive CSR strategists are designed in a manner that they would like to change, to re-engineer the whole value chain, the whole production cycle, starting from the operation or extracting of materials till the end transportation to the final user. To build a CSR strategy is a business process. In order to have it properly and timely done, you need first somebody who will coordinate the whole process. It can be the management team, or it can be one additional part of it, or it can be only one person, the CSR manager. Still, he has to have the responsibility, the amount of rights necessary to finish the whole process successfully. The second step is to define your goal, your mission, your strategy, or simply why in fact you exist on the market. What is the value driven before and behind the money, behind the customers, behind the employees? You have a purpose, find it and communicate it. In addition, What you need is a devoted management team. Your senior manager representatives has to acknowledge this mission, has to know it and communicate it loudly as being part of the core identification items of your company. The clear mission cannot come alone. So what you need to define now are the core values of the company and the targets, the objectives, which are most important to you. Please choose not more than 3 or 4 objectives per period. Remember that this is only your first strategy. So in a period of 3 or 5 years, we will just review it and see what's wrong, what can be done better, did you overperform it, and put additional targets. So focus on the first 3. As I already mentioned before, you have to be able to focus on your core competences. These core competences can ease your work and put the sustainability issues, topics, activities, and KPIs in a management system. Align this management system to the existing ones. And I've seen quite a lot of complicated, unified enterprise management systems which are really working and giving good results. Finally, do not forget to put metrics. Key performance indicators are not only on paper. These are the results that will justify all your CSR efforts. They can be 2 types, inside and outside. For the external ones, it is very important to focus on environmental performance and social impact that you already have. For the internal ones, you can focus on talent acquisition or development, on human motivation and engagement, or employee satisfaction, on increasing market share or related with additional products and services that you already produce, or level of innovation and putting social and environmental innovations in your core business. It depends on the targets. I don't know what is your experience with similar strategies or developing papers of your company. With the smaller ones, I know it's quite difficult because you don't have any literacy policy culture. All you have is a good team working together and bringing profit to you, to the company, to the employees, and to the society. For the bigger ones, still there is a very strict process, administrative one, in order to implement, to introduce one new system in time. This usually takes around 6 months in order to being able to have the first draft, afterwards to check it with the external and internal stakeholders, and to start all the processes of review and approval. Do not forget that there is one more period which you are going to use to train the people who are in charge, to disseminate the information around, and to build the communication, a real company story around this. We all know that CSR is based on the concept of shared value. It says that while doing good for the business, you are also producing good for environment and society. So we have to put this concept into practice. When we do it successfully, what we can see are several very good advantages, like increased market share or business opportunities for development, building new partnerships, being able to have engaged and motivated employees, of course, enlarging and building trust on the reputation of the company, being able to inspire yourself from the results and innovate some of the products or services you already offer, have a good environmental footprint and being friendly with surrounding environment, having the trust from the local community or the industry you are operating in. And last but not least, if you make it successful, if you make it in the proper way, nevertheless, how long does it take? You will be able to turn the word them into the word us. This will be your great success. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being with me, Marina Stefanova, in our CSR AdviceBox studio. If you like this video, you can go to our YouTube channel and subscribe for all the upcoming ones, and I'm promising you they're going to be great. If you want to pre-buy them because you don't have any patience to wait, you can go to the website and do it. Like us, share the information with your peers, thus helping us grow this society online of CSR practitioners everywhere. I'm looking forward to meeting you in 2 weeks when we are going to discuss the important, quite strange topic of Sustainable Development Goals, and do they have to do something with our business and sustainability strategy. Finally, visit very often our Facebook page and be updated for the recent CSR activities worldwide.